What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 5 of Pass Pass Shoot. Alongside Chris Calandrillo, I am Anthony Allegretta, and I'm joined by our website guru here.
Special guest.
Special guest, my good buddy Matt Donders. Say hello, Matt.
What's going on, guys? How are you?
Matt is also
Lovely.
a Devil.
Doing wonderful. Thank you.
Matt's a Devil fan.
Yes, I
So
am.
now the Devils fan.
Whoa! Sorry.
We've taken the numbers by storm, but
We're taking over.
the segue here is the Rangers have the most recent of bragging rights when we go back to Tuesday's game. So what's your
That means nothing because they lost to the
You
Panthers.
did lose to the Panthers. You did lose to the Panthers.
and now the Rangers are sitting at 9th. Devils had a decent week. Now they're in 7th because I believe Boston lost somehow to Toronto, Carolina, Toronto.
You're right. Yes.
So that was 1-6 with the win last night, but
Yep.
dropped down to 7th. We'll start with Tuesday. I'll start with my take, I guess.
Go ahead,
I
go.
know you just get me your stupid smirk.
What smirk? Tuesday. That game means nothing now. I have no smirk.
Means 2 points.
It means 2 points, but where are they now? 9th.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
can't
but they're
beat
what,
the
like,
goddamn Panthers
They're
at
like
home.
half a point out of 8th.
I don't know. They suck.
But the whole East is like from 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th is 8 points total.
Yeah.
There's no.
It's like, yeah.
It's way too close.
There's no buffer room at all.
The Sabres are 2 points out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, the only team
they'll
that's not
fade.
in it is the Panthers.
yeah. And even they're-
Rangers
yeah.
lost to the Panthers, baby.
But no, my take on Tuesday was the Devils outplayed the Rangers. I will say this to every Rangers fan's face.
Yeah.
I will say it to anyone's face. The Devils outplayed the Rangers.
Yeah.
Rangers were were more lucky than
For the first time in a while.
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
But-
absolutely.
You kind of got to see what the Ranger fans kind of got to see what Devil fans have been dealing with during the losing streak, and the past month, which I'm sure the Rangers have gone through too. Which is they're
What are you alluding to? Tell me.
outplaying teams,
Yes.
being unlucky and not being able to score a goal, and taking
Well,
stupid penalties
Ra-
and making a stupid mistake that costs you a game.
Ranger fans are used to that. They've gone through that most of the season, not being able to score. You know, Thursday night is proof. 1 goal against the Panthers, and it comes at 3:40 left in the third period.
Yeah.
You know, on a nice individual effort by Gaborik, who's going to be traded soon. But the Rangers have dealt with it all season. I know the Devils have too.
Yeah.
But like you said, Devils outplayed them, but
Well,
Rangers got lucky.
yeah, and the Devils did outplay them for the most part, but let me chalk it up to the Rangers forecheck. I haven't seen them do it that well as they did in the Devils game.
I haven't seen them forecheck all season.
Well,
I think what I'm saying is getting kind of lost. Like you can play well but still be outplayed. I'm not saying the Rangers
Yeah.
were bad at all. The
No,
Rangers were a
absolutely
good
not.
team.
absolutely.
I just think the Devils were like a couple steps ahead.
Mhm.
Just weren't getting lucky.
I've never,
Yeah,
seen, but I've
that
never
happens.
seen the Devils get that pressured in a forecheck like that against the Rangers.
Not in a while. At least.
They-
No.
I guess for one night they finally got back to what they've been known for over the last few years: a heavy forecheck and just annoying the hell out of people. And
They were good at it.
they did well,
Yeah.
but
So you want
it's
to
got to translate to other wins too.
you got to get more from.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's your team,
What?
the Rangers.
What do you want me to say?
How do you get more out of your team?
Well,
I mean, 'cause
the
it's-
Jeff Halpern era is over.
Yeah, he got picked up on waivers.
Unfortunately,
Dude, where did he wind up?
Montreal.
Going? It
So
was
he
Montreal.
goes from the Rangers to first. So
Stu
I'm sure he's
Bickle,
happy
your
to
buddy
see.
Stu Bickle on
He's
waivers.
on waivers. He's back to Connecticut tonight.
And
I'm
Chris
sure-
Newberry's up.
Yes, and they're gonna bury him on the fourth line and play 2 minutes.
Is
That's-
Kreider still up?
Yeah, he's
'Cause
here.
apparently him and Newberry had great chemistry.
Oh
in
yeah, they had
Connecticut.
great chemistry in the AHL. It's going to translate to nothing,
Nothing,
in the
yeah,
NHL.
because it's the AHL.
Exactly. I'm sure Taylor Pyatt's going to be the next one exiled because he's useless.
And you said Marion Gaborik might be get traded.
Well, everybody said teams are calling the Rangers for him.
Yeah.
It's a big salary to take.
Yeah, it's a
7.
it's
7.5.
It's a huge salary to take. Huge.
Yeah, I mean,
Huge.
I don't want to see him go, but after his contract is expired, he will be gone. I don't.
2 more years left. This year,
Next year,
and next year.
last year, yes. So,
So he's not a rental for a team that's going to pick him
no,
up.
he's not a rental
No.
at all. That's
And
why
he'll
they're
be
thinking.
33.
No,
Is he older? Younger?
he's about 30.
He's not even 33. Okay.
No, he's about 30. I
He's
think.
been in the league since he was 18. Like I
Yeah.
feel the same with Jerome
He's been around forever.
Jerome McGinley's only 35, I think, and he's been
Everyone's
around.
coming in
Yeah.
young, so it
Mhm.
seems like they're in the league.
Yeah,
forever.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, everyone's coming in real young. That's
But
the
I
thing.
mean, you hear the rumors with Bobby Bryant. You hear the rumors with Jerome McGinley. You hear I don't.
Well, there's the one interesting rumor: Dan Boyle for Marion Gaborik straight
I
up.
heard that this week too. Yeah. On, one of the
I'm
SB
torn
Nation
about
blogs.
that only because Boyle's getting old now.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's 36.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And
once
do you need any? You don't really need defensive help. I mean, maybe
No.
offensive help, but I don't really think
And-
Dan Boyle is
I
gonna
don't think
help.
an offensive defenseman's going to help them right now.
You know what I think
because-
that's actually for? The power play.
Well, they can put me on.
Because Dan Boyle was a good quarterback on the power play.
I can do better on this power play than these guys. I mean, it's like ridiculous.
You have to get the what's that like the
Oh, Benny Hill music.
yes, you have to get that playing in the background.
Yeah.
And everything's
It's a circus.
fast motion. Yeah.
It really is. And I don't think a Dan Boyle for Marion Gabrick deal will help them. Maybe in the offseason you can explore it. That's fine.
When he's 37.
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
At least the Rangers shoot the puck on the power play.
Really?
Yeah. Well, okay. Let's rephrase it.
I didn't see this.
Let's rephrase this. The Rangers shoot the puck more than the Devils do. On
Yeah, the
power
Devils had a 5-minute power play last night. I think got 2 shots.
Two
pretty
shots
good.
on a five,
But
on a
a lot of that
5
stems because
minute major.
Kovalchuk
That's impressive.
went down.
I don't know. I feel like on a 5-minute major, you know that it doesn't. No matter what happens, he's not coming out of the box for 5 minutes. You get more than
You
2
gotta,
shots off.
you gotta score. You
I
gotta
mean,
score.
part of that is you get a little more relaxed when you have 5 minutes. You're
I
not
guess.
pressing
You
the
do.
issue. You're
Yeah.
not upping, which is I don't know. Chico, I think, had said alluded to some coach back in like the ancient times.
Mhm.
Was saying that instead of being more relaxed, you should be more
Up front.
upfront with.
Yeah.
And
When you know you have a 5-minute power play,
you
you
should
should
score
be out for blood.
Yeah, exactly. You should just no mercy, just fire everything on net and
Yeah.
get 7 goals in 5 minutes.
It's 2.5 power plays. 2.5
Yeah.
regular power plays.
Yep.
And you can score as many goals as you want. It doesn't
Yeah.
expire.
Yeah.
Yep.
It doesn't go away when you score.
You change, you change your lines, and every 2 minutes, you put out your regular normal power play line. And,
Absolutely.
you have fresh feet out there and everything.
It's a product of just being too relaxed.
Absolutely, I agree.
So with the Rangers week, they went on Monday against who'd they beat? Winnipeg?
wait,
It was 2-1 in a shootout. And JT, I think it was JT Miller scored in the
no,
shootout.
that was
I don't remember. who he beat.
Carolina.
No, was it
I think so.
at the Garden?
Yeah.
On
Yeah, he
Monday.
beat Dan Ellis. Yeah, Dan Ellis
Really?
was flopping all over the place. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, because Eric Stahl called.
Yeah, because
scored.
Miller's move should be like illegal, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll take it.
They get to 2 points, and then I think at that point they had jumped ahead or they tied the Devils.
What
they
they had
by a point, I think.
2 wins in a row. You
Yeah.
have momentum. And then you go into Florida, you're playing at home versus the Panthers,
And
the
lay an
worst
egg.
team in the East,
Lay an egg.
and you're not even there.
Yeah.
You're not even there. Perfect example is they had a power play. You know who's in the front of the net? Rick Nash. You can't have that.
He should be on the off, like to the
He should
side.
be on the wing.
Yes.
At the circle.
Or maybe even the point. I mean,
He does no good
that-
in front of the net.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you
Jesus
on that one.
Christ.
And then
I almost
they
want
didn't play
Tortorella
over
to
the
be
weekend.
fired.
They didn't play over the weekend, did they?
That's hard to hear from a Rangers fan. They want Tort's gone.
No, they didn't play over the
They didn't play.
weekend.
And
Because he doesn't change.
Yeah, he doesn't.
The
He's just a
problem is
mouth.
with him, if he changes his style, he'll get more out of his team. He wants this team to be last year's team. They're not.
they're not.
They have a bunch of scrubs. They're soft.
He's a mouth.
They
He's-
lost. He is a mouth.
He's a mouth.
They
He's a-
lost all their gritty guys. They are soft.
I
This
was
is the first time in like 10 years I've been saying a team for the Rangers is soft.
yeah.
Soft.
I was on YouTube the other night and I was watching. It was a top 10 John Tortorella moments.
He's funny.
The top 10 moments was when he was yelling at Larry Brooks.
Mhm.
And he was like, "Oh, come on, Brooksy, blah blah blah." He's like, he was like, why don't you just leave? And Larry Brooks was like, "Okay, then I will." And John Tortorella was like, "Okay, fine."
Yeah, it gets childish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's funny. I mean, but
the act is wearing thin.
one of my favorite John Tortorella moments from that video was he was yelling about some coach made a comment and then he's like, "Just shut your mouth," like just like into the camera, like,
Really.
and he looks like Henry Winkler.
Yeah,
So every time I see him, I want to go, "Hey!"
Fonts.
it makes perfect sense.
Always the fonts.
But-
So we,
Part
Go
of me,
ahead.
part of me think his act is wearing thin here. It's just like
It's old.
I pose,
It
I,
is.
I've-
Because
I've
he's
asked-
got to change.
Yeah.
I've asked you if you-
last year. Sorry, last year
Okay.
it was
It worked.
it was the mouth. He was everyone knew what he was gonna do. Like everyone was they said we go to a press conference, he's gonna yell at us, but we're still gonna fire questions at him.
Mhm.
But everyone knows it's coming now.
and then
Yeah.
they get eliminated by the Devils, and he's like the best conference you can think of. He's
Yeah.
well mannered, behaved. He didn't really
No,
go
I
off on
don't
anyone.
think
So he was put in his place
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
last year he got the most out of his team because he had the proper players.
Mhm, absolutely.
This year he's not getting the most out of his team because he has the wrong components. Like we talked about last week, he's playing guys like Carl Hagelin, Derek Stepan, and Callahan 24 minutes a night. All right, where are your other minutes?
Yeah.
You got to give more minutes to other people. You got to try and put them in a position to succeed, not let them waste away on a bench.
My whole thing is because DeBoer does this, and if any line is getting like 5 minutes, if anyone's getting less than 8 to 10, I think that's a waste of a line.
Yeah.
You can't get in any rhythm. It's a complete waste. And then you start double shifting people, which is I hate double shifting.
Mm-hmm.
Play 4 quality lines. That's what they did last
let me,
year.
Let me ask you this: because I don't watch the Rangers as often as I should, but do the Rangers
You're
switch
lucky.
up? Do the Rangers switch up lines mid game? Are they good at that? Because I know that's one of the things the Devils have done really well lately.
Tortorella.
Is mid game line switching, right? So we always start with our regular 4 lines, and CBGB's our 4th line. They're strong, but then we'll switch it up mid game, and then late in the third, if we need it, they'll put it back to the original line.
Yeah, like last night, the starting line for the Devils was Bernier on the top line with
Yeah.
Kovalchuk and
Mhm.
Loktionov.
And then late in the third, to protect that 1-goal lead, they put the
CBGBs.
CBGB line
Yep.
back together.
Mhm.
I didn't know, I don't know if the Rangers are doing that. That's something that's really, really, really flexible.
Well, years past, he has been known to just blow everything up mid-game.
Okay.
The only thing he does, like this year,
Mhm.
like if he starts the game with Nash, Gaborik, and Richards separate,
Right.
they'll be together at the end.
I don't know. It's like what Pittsburgh used to do if they're losing, Malkin and Crosby once.
Mhm.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just put your.
Well, I think that's just a thing
Yeah.
you do when you're trying to get the most out of your top guys.
But when you put all your eggs in one basket
Right.
and they don't do anything,
Absolutely.
there's no balance.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I think they should institute a new rule for the Rangers.
just the Rangers.
Just
yes.
the Rangers.
9 forwards. Not allowed to dress any more than that. Because he doesn't use his fucking 4th line.
Yeah.
Taylor Pyatt played 2 minutes and 50 seconds the other night. Then you shouldn't be in the lineup.
Wow. Yeah. Why waste it? Why waste it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I've said this a few times to you, and I'm gonna keep saying it until he's probably fired. Does he get fired this year? If they don't make the playoffs, is he fired?
There's a chance. There's a chance.
I think so.
That's not my question.
There's a chance.
That's not my question.
I don't think he will.
No.
I would fire him.
You
I'm
would.
at the
You
point
would.
now where I would
You're at the
fire
point.
him. I think so because it's like it's getting
So-
old.
But
I
I mean,
he will. I think he'll get another chance next
sh-
year with a full training camp and everything.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
think
the
it
thing.
is. It's the season's kind of a wash for everyone, where it's like so unexpected, like
Yeah.
what's gonna happen. That like I think you'll see maybe 5 trades next week
Mhm.
because I believe the
I don't think
deadline's
there's
the
gonna be a
4th, I believe, 4th, 5th, somewhere around there.
I don't really know.
I know it's the first week of April.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna see any deals because of it being such a shortened season
Mhm.
that pretty much all 30 teams are still alive.
They are.
I mean,
yeah.
whether Florida wants to pack it in or not,
But who do you want from Florida? You know, I mean,
Jonathan Huberdeau.
maybe that's it. Well, they're
But
not gonna trade him.
I'm pretty sure he's untouchable. I would have taken Versteeg, but
He's dead.
yeah, he's dead.
Stephen Weiss. He's
Dead.
dead. You know.
Yes, I mean, maybe one of their defensemen. Like I like Kulikov, but I don't think he's going
I don't
anywhere.
think he'll go anywhere.
Florida's not going to part with their youth.
No.
They're a team on the rise,
Mhm.
but I mean, even though they fell pretty far from
Yeah,
grace,
this is a big departure from what they did last
which is
year.
weird. I mean, because they had a lot of the same pieces, didn't they?
Yeah, I think they have pretty much the same team, but they lost Garrison.
Yeah,
Him and his point shot. You know,
He
is in
went to
Vancouver
Toronto?
now. Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
I know it was a Canadian team, and then
He goes from being the top guy in Florida, being like number 3, number 4 in Vancouver. You know, which is actually good for him because he can fly
it's
into the radar.
less quality play,
Mm-hmm.
So we'll jump from your side of the Hudson to
Go
our
to your side.
I'm actually kind of okay with this Devils week. I'm okay. I mean, I hate losing to the hated rivals that are the Rangers.
Mhm.
I can't complain because they played well.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if Lundqvist really stole the game.
No.
I was at work this whole week. I didn't get to really watch any of the games except for yesterday's.
Well, I don't think Lundqvist stole the game. I think
I know he made that one save, that beautiful play,
Oh,
that
yeah.
Patrick Elias between the legs back to
Yeah.
David Clarkson.
Yes,
and David
that's true,
Clarkson
yeah.
totally just
Mhm.
didn't score.
I think it's and I think it's a confidence thing. And honestly, I could safely say now that we see Marty back, it's a different team to watch. They do the same things, right? They play the same, but there's just that confidence thing where they
You know
it-
he's back there.
Yeah.
See,
they
I had actually wrote a blog about this very quickly on Thursday, I think it
Mhm,
was.
yeah.
Saying like the way I would fix the Devils, I wouldn't change a goddamn thing.
Mhm.
They're controlling the play, they're getting their shots, they're just not converting. Their power play is terrible. Like I'm not even gonna go to that. They're
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they have more shorthanded goals than power play.
That's-
goals.
all
yeah.
agree on that. Our team's power play.
Yes,
is
it's,
awful.
Oh,
it's-
yeah.
I think the
it's
Devils like
a joke.
21st, something like 21st in the league with the power play, and like 27th with their penalty kill or something.
It's a pretty good specialty.
Yeah, it's not,
Very
you know,
special specialty.
Yeah, very yeah. But it's so weird that they're scoring so much on a penalty kill, but still giving up power play goals.
They seem a little more relaxed on the penalty kill.
I think missing number 9 definitely
Well,
hurts,
yeah,
but I don't
absolutely.
think he changed the dynamic. Of
You
the
mean
team.
Bobby Butler, right?
Yeah, I mean Bobby Butler. Yeah. But
Was they got rid of him?
I had said that. Yeah, I was very upset about that. But I had said that I don't want them to change a thing, and I still don't. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
they're outplaying teams.
There's no reason for them to change.
No,
anything.
they're just.
None.
I mean, their shooting percentage is something like 7%, and I think like the league average is somewhere like around like 12.
Mhm.
I mean, they're unlucky. I honestly think they're the most unlucky team in the league, at least in the Eastern Conference.
You get a break, and it'll lead to something.
Yeah,
You get
I
one
mean, you
break,
saw
and
it the
you're gonna
other
score
night.
goals, and you're gonna get confidence.
You saw the other night in Carolina, Bruder makes a save,
Mhm.
gets credited for a goal because on the breakaway, there was not a power play.
Right. So it was a delayed penalty.
Yeah,
Yes.
So they go to pull their goalie. Brodor makes a save, and
Jordan Stahl turns around,
pass
off the boards,
And it
misses
hit the
Tim
right
Gleason,
spot.
You can't
goes on the ice, and Martin Brodeur has a power play goal.
his
It's
third
crazy.
goal. You can't make it up.
No,
But
the Devils got the bounce that night.
absolutely.
Yeah. That was a hell of a
Zajac.
bounce to get.
Zajac was.
Yeah,
It helps that Zajak's playing well.
Yeah, he's turned it on.
I mean,
a
he's
little
got a goal, 4 assists in his last 3 games.
bit. Mhm.
I think they finally have a top. Well, if Kovalchuk stay, I'm gonna get into this because I think Kovalchuk's gonna be missing for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But that top line was looking pretty well. Henrique, Loktionov, Kovalchuk, and then you had Elias, Clarkson, and Zajac. Those two.
That's a good line.
I like that line a
that's a
lot.
good line.
It's very good defensively, very good on the boards. It got size, speed, and skill.
Mhm.
But now yesterday in the Florida game, those of you who missed it, Elias Kovalchuk kind of goes around a guy, catches an edge and goes shoulder first. His shoulder's extended too, which is why I think it made it worse.
It was a freak thing. I
Yeah.
mean, it looked painful.
And it's looking. I'm assuming you went to Twitter before because you're the one that told me that 2 to 4 weeks.
Yeah, I saw it
Yeah, it's
before.
on.
Yeah.
It's on
It
our
was
Devils too that they're reporting 2 to 4 weeks.
I don't know how many games that is, but that is
It's mostly-
gotta be about 10, maybe 12 games.
Well,
the
let's
Devils,
check it out.
The Devils do have a big break, right? So they have 2 more, and then they go up to Canada to play
If Ottawa on Monday.
Ottawa, and then they have like 3 or 4 days off because they're going to go down to Florida and play
On Thursday, I believe it is.
Right. So that's 1 full week. So
I mean, in Kovalchuk, I mean, you can just see that he's a horse. He's a workhorse. So
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
2 to 4 weeks could turn into day to day. But I think
But it's not certain.
losing him is just
It's not no surgery.
you
which
lose.
is good too.
Yeah, all the X-rays came back negative.
Right.
So,
But you lose him, and it's just
so 2
you lose a dimension in your game that
Yeah.
you just can't replace.
You can't
Mhm.
replace him.
Right.
He's going to miss games against, it looks like, Ottawa, Tampa, Florida, the Islanders, the Bruins, the Maple Leafs, the Sabres, Bruins, and the Senators.
So Senators twice, which is actually big because I
Yeah,
think
those
they're
are
looking
2
up at
big
them.
Games, yeah.
So that's 1, 2, 3. It's at least 6 or 7 games. 2 weeks.
So all right. So you're looking around there.
If it's 4 weeks,
He
it's
hasn't
almost
been
the rest of the
scoring
season.
he hasn't been scoring goals, but he's been picking up the assists and he's been driving play forward. And he's a guy that you always have to you game plan around. And now, if with him gone, who you game plan around?
Yeah.
David Clarkson, Patrick
But-
Elias.
but let's not rule out Clarkson.
No.
Let's not rule him out because lately he has been, second effort guy, always there, never giving up the plays.
You saw it last
consistent.
night with the goal.
You really saw it last night where most other players, and not to credit him that he's a superstar, but most other players, when the goalie's got his glove over the pucks, just okay, whatever, I'll let the refs blow the whistle. He didn't give up. He got that goal, the game winner.
He played with,
That says a lot.
yeah.
It's just
He played with a serious
Extra
edge
effort.
last night, and I think he needs to be a little more consistent with that.
absolutely
100%.
100% right.
But yeah, I mean, this Kovalchuk thing could be bad. But you could look at it as let's rally around this.
Yeah.
So they're saying that they're bringing up Pessinen to
Again.
replace Covey.
I didn't
So
mind
that's
him
gonna
in
be
his
his,
very limited.
Yeah, so Zuber's out for another week. Ponikarovsky's out for the next game. Kovalchuk's out for 2 to 4 weeks. But you know what? Well, let me tell you something. D'Agostino came up last night, and we saw something. We almost saw a goal from him.
I like that trade, but I didn't get into that yet. I do like that Mac. I think that's a steal.
It's a nice deal. Yeah.
It's Matt D'Agostini from the Blues for a conditional pick, and what the conditions are if the Devils re-sign him because he's a free agent. The Devils get a 7th, and that pick is a 4th pick to St. Louis. If they don't re-sign him, it's just a 5th round pick, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
I like the guy. I mean, he scored 20 goals 3 years ago for St. Louis.
Mhm.
I think he's a second or third line guy. Right-handed shot. He's got some size. He's got some skill. Maybe maybe a new beginnings when because he only has 2 points this year in 18 games.
Yeah.
On a good Blues team.
Needs
so.
a fresh start. You know?
Right. So I like the trade. Maybe if it moves Chris Barnes even more down the depth chart.
Anything to move him down the
Yes.
chart is fine by me.
He's
Why
almost
all
as
the
bad
hate
as
for
having
Chris
Eric
Barnes?
Bolton.
Because he spells his name stupid?
Well, he has those drunken Twitter rants about Gary Bettman, you know.
He
Oh, he does. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Which
That's
are
always
entertain-
okay.
Always entertaining.
Yeah.
That's fine, yeah.
But the Devils' rule of not having Twitter, I think those days are gone.
They have that rule, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
They're not allowed. It's like
That's
something
fine.
about not allowed to be involved in social media without going through like proper
Yeah, like
channels or something like that.
Bryce Salvador
Drug
last
test, everything.
Bryce Salvador either in the offseason or in the playoffs last year made a Twitter account just to say some parody account was not him, and then that was it.
Ah,
That was it.
That's pretty good, then.
So really quick, just bring back your point about the Devils shooting. Devils shot percentage is 8.606%,
Which has to be like the bottom 10 in the league.
which you would think so. The regular season average for the 2012-2013 season is just shy of 10%.
Is it
That's not
technically
bad.
2012, 2013? Isn't
I
it?
guess.
Can it
Well,
just be
I don't-
2013?
It's still 2013 to
It's
me, I
just the
think.
2013 season.
That's what I think.
So, but yeah, not
So
that
it's-
far. Not
But
that
I
low.
mean that 2%. I mean,
The
if you
high-
think about it, that is
yeah, so
it's another goal.
and the high is the Lightning at 12.6%.
And
have the most
they're
shots in the
bad.
league.
Let's go figure.
And speaking of the Lightning, Guy Boucher was just fired this morning.
Yeah, so let's transition into that.
That team's underachieved, I think.
Easy.
I mean, how do you have a team that has I don't even think it's arguable the best pure goal scorer in the league?
Leads
in
the league in
Steven
goals right
Stamkos.
now.
Yep.
You know, so
He just scored his 200th and he's 21, I think, 22.
it's frightening.
Yeah.
That hurts.
I hope he
hurts me.
destroys every single record he can get his hand on.
yeah,
There's a chance,
right,
you know.
absolutely.
There's Vanilla Cavalier, who's up there in age, not like 34, 35?
Something like that.
I think we need to change the
I mean,
definition of
but
what's up there in
the
age.
three-
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Three-
crazy.
It is.
The big
It's-
three are having their good years.
They're having good years, but
St.
the rest
Louis
of the
having
team
a
is
good
terrible.
year.
Yeah.
Le Cavalier and Stamkos.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Outside them, it's like,
Well, right. Can you only have
where's
three
Ryan
people,
Malone?
Can
Where's
you only have three people that you know their name to have your team and
Yeah.
make the playoffs?
right?
Mhm.
I mean, and their goaltending. I mean, I think they play. Who was their goaltender last year? I can't remember for right now.
Last year they had
Rolison?
No, Rollison was before that, I think.
Was it? I know they have Anders Lindback this
Yeah,
year.
they have Limbach, yeah. I forgot who their goalie was last year.
I'm pretty sure it was Wasn't it Rolison? He got into the playoffs.
A couple years ago.
Was it 2 years ago? Did they not make the playoffs last year? No, they didn't.
They didn't. The year before they made
So yeah, I mean they've had it's. I think them it's a goaltending thing.
Absolutely. They need an established
That
goaltender.
offense needs the defense to complement, and
Mm-hmm.
they have a lot of good pieces down there. But
Well, they got the rookie Conacher, you know, they got well they still have Teddy Purcell. or
yeah,
whatever.
Teddy Purcell,
Teddy Purcell.
Ryan Malone.
Oh, he sucks.
People forget that he's there.
Yeah, I forget it. He's the most overrated player in hockey. He stinks.
He scored 20 goals in a contract year, and then I don't know if he's got anywhere near there since.
I don't think he's
But yeah, I think
he's
they
not
get a
worth the contract that
goaltender,
he has.
and then they'll be all right. But yeah, it's not really shocking to me that Boucher was
You have no
let
choice.
go.
No choice.
No, I agree.
I can easily see Lindy Ruff having a new job right now for Tampa Bay starting next year.
That'd be an interesting.
I think they need some kind of established character back there.
That would be a very interesting pick.
Yeah, it would make
I
perfect
don't even know who else is out there, to be honest with you.
sense. Well, there are rumblings. Assistant coach on the Rangers, Mike Sullivan, is in the running because he had he has him and Tortorella were together in Tampa. Years
They were.
back. Yeah, so that's why Tortorella brought him over
Brought
to
him
the
back.
Rangers.
Right.
But now there's rumblings that he's on the short list. But,
That'd be.
you know,
I would.
Interesting.
I mean, do you like Sullivan?
I love Sullivan.
Do you-
I think he's great.
What is he in charge of? Like, what's his like?
Well, he's doing the power play, the defense. I know when they're, it's not that good, I know, but like during the timeouts, he's the one talking. Tortorella
Right.
doesn't say a word.
That I've noticed.
Yeah, Tortorella doesn't say a word. It's Sullivan.
And he's the one who talks like to the press first or something like that. Like during like in game like those intermission reports.
Yeah, they
He's
talk to
usually
him,
one of
yeah.
the guys they talk to.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Well,
he's been
well,
good
let me
for
ask
them.
you guys this: do you think they should have let him finish the season, or do you think they needed to let him go and try to make what's left of the season the best?
Well, let me
I
see how
personally think
far
you could've
out
left
they
him
are.
the rest of the season because I don't think that they're going to
Well,
do anything
they're-
of substance coming.
You think they
know.
should have or shouldn't?
I think
They
they should have let
should've
him
kept him.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they definitely should have let him finish the season. According to this, they are 13, 17, and 1, 27 points.
Yeah, so they're
Three-
5 points out.
And but you have they're 3 points ahead of the Panthers. But they're only 5 points back from Carolina. So you know, I don't think what he's doing is the worst.
But actually, Matt, the thing about that is Carolina actually has a game in hand.
Oh, that's true. They do.
So I
Those
mean,
games in hand, I tell you.
No, I mean, like, I mean,
I know,
it's
you're
big.
right.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is coming on their last stretch. I mean, they're 4-6 in their last 10.
That's not the worst thing in the world. I personally, you know, I don't watch the Lightning, but
Yeah,
but you know, from what I've seen, from you know, watching all this stuff, I think you let him finish the season, see what he can do.
I would have. I mean,
And
I don't
make
think
your
any coach
decision.
should have really been fired this season, to be honest.
Absolutely. How do you
In
make
a
It's a tough
48
season
game
to get
season
fired.
with no
It's a tough
training
season to get
camp
fired.
and essentially no off season.
Yeah.
I mean, you're making do with what you have.
Oh, I
and
know. I think Buffalo is the exception only because
yes.
they were so bad, and Lindy Ruff has been around forever. It was time for a
it's
change.
kind of like Barry Trotz might be next, you know, because Nashville is.
Nashville's an interesting situation.
I mean, they were
He's been their only coach.
ever.
They have been, they have been good over the years. They just can't make the next step. They've gotten to the second round like once
Did they last year? Was it last year? Yeah.
last year. And
They didn't run into the Kings, did they? They ran into the
No.
Coyotes. Coyotes?
yeah, Coyotes beat them. Yeah, and it's like, do you keep him
And it's-
around based on the fact that he's been successful over the years, but
Right.
he hasn't made that next step?
They don't really. Did you please tell me you guys saw the Kostitsin play last week against
Yes.
Edmonton? Did you see it?
No,
I saw
did
that,
not
yeah.
see it,
Okay.
no.
For
That
those
should be benched for life.
Sergey or Andre? Sergey.
Yes.
Okay, so the Preds are on a power play, I believe, and Kostitsin's on the sideboards, gets a pass from the far corner, goes off his stick and goes down for a rush.
Okay.
So instead of back checking,
Mhm.
he kind of like half-heartedly like whacks at the guy, goes for a line change on a 2-on-1 on a power play. Edmonton scores.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Wow.
He was benched the next game.
Was
Yeah,
it?
was,
Good.
It was
Good.
brutal.
Good. I'm
It's-
surprised he's not in the AHL right now.
That is complete laziness. I mean,
That's like that. Yeah. That
I
who
don't-
line changes.
Watch this. Watch this segue. That's an Alex Kovalev play. Boom. Hall of Famer or no? Because he just retired.
oh, I don't want to talk about this. Come back to me. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I gotta think about it.
I would. It's kind of. I'm like, if this is the line, he's probably like a little bit above the line.
If I had to guess right now, I'd say no.
I mean, what's his body of work? I mean, I don't know. I don't have his like stats up, but I mean, I would assume he's got to be a career point per gamer, if not
No,
close.
I don't think so.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Has he scored 50?
No.
No?
No, I don't think.
Even
so.
in his Rangers days.
No, the Ranger days, he didn't do a dick.
No. Nothing.
No, he went to Pittsburgh and
Pittsburgh-
had 90-point seasons.
Did he ever get a? Did he get the cup with the Rangers in '94? He
Yeah.
was there, right?
Yes, he did. That is correct.
Did he get it in '92 with the Penguins?
No. He
I don't know what-
93, 94 was his rookie year with the Rangers.
'93, '94. Oh, he was drafted by the Rangers.
Yes, he was drafted by the Rangers,
Ah.
and then they traded him after like 97 or 98 to the Penguins.
So let's see. I brought him up right here.
You got
so
it?
He is.
Okay.
So he was drafted round 1, number 15 overall in '91 to the Rangers. He plays there until the 98-99 season, where he's traded midway to the Penguins.
And he had a boom in his career.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he comes back to the Rangers, plays a stunt with the Canadians, the Senators, the Penguins, and then has an asterisk next to the Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then he'd be like, how many? What was his body of work with the Panthers?
There's 14 games played and 2 goals.
Solid.
And 3
That-
assists. So 5 points.
I honestly would have kept him around, but he retired. He didn't get like
Yeah.
cut or anything, right?
No,
he wasn't
he's-
waived. He
It
just
was on his
retired.
own. It was on his own. He stepped away.
He just
said,
had to do it.
I need to, I'm going to retire right now.
Yeah.
So,
So-
but I don't know. It's a tough one. I don't know if you.
do you have his career totals up there?
Yeah. So he has 1,300. Well, this includes. This is not just NHL. So this is total Russia, AHL, and everything. So we'll
Just go.
down.
And it doesn't have it just NHL.
I don't think it'll break it down for
No?
me.
All right,
But
okay.
here's a total, just so you have an idea. 1,300 games played. Oh no, these are NHL totals. Sorry, 1,300
Okay.
games played, 430 goals scored, 599 assists for 1,029 points.
And how many games?
1,300. So he's close. He's
So he's what?
about 80%.
Okay. See, I mean,
It's tough because you don't know
It is.
what warrants a Hall of Famer nowadays.
Right.
I don't
Yeah.
usually
even know.
they usually want to go point per game. If you have a point per game average or higher,
I
that's
don't-
usually.
I don't think that should by any means should be a
I don't think so because I'm of the mind that I think Patrick Elias should be a Hall of Famer. But
Mhm.
I mean, he's not really a defensive forward. Going back to Kovalchuk,
Mhm.
I mean, he's been an enigma almost his entire career. I would assume.
Mhm. Well, he's very enigmatic because he had a good rookie year with the Rangers, won the Cup, and he was okay for a
Got to
few
his head.
years. Then he got to the Penguins, big seasons. Came back to the Rangers.
Was he playing
Underachieved.
alongside Lemieux? Because I'm pretty sure I could have had a big season.
He might have been along
Yeah.
with Lemieux. I think he was playing with Marty Straka while he was there too,
right.
and everything.
Marty Straka.
Love Marty Straka.
Marty Straka.
I don't mean to change the subject right now, but I just got something on my phone saying that Jerome McGinley has submitted his list of 4 teams he would okay a trade to.
Do we have the list of 4 teams?
I do have the list of 4 teams.
Is it going to make me
No, it's
pissed?
not going to make any one of us happy. I'll tell you that.
Is one of them Philly?
No.
Because Pittsburgh?
Yes.
I knew that was going to happen. I knew that. I thought Pittsburgh and Philly.
If he gets
would-
traded to Pittsburgh, I'm not watching hockey anymore. Just saying. F
Yeah.
them.
I'm giving
Bruins,
Okay, and that makes honestly the Bruins makes a lot of sense.
Blackhawks,
Blackhawks, really? Okay.
and the LA Kings. Those are the 4 teams that
Now
allegedly
is this?
Jerome McGinley
I'm
wants to
guessing
be
he
traded.
has no trade clause, so he gets to pick his teams.
Yes.
I'm surprised. Honestly, I'm surprised Philly wasn't on there.
Well, Philly's bad right now.
Out of all those, I'd say Boston. Boston, or I'm assuming if he goes to Pittsburgh, he's going to be Crosby's line mate.
I could see Boston or LA. Pittsburgh's going to be
LA,
tough.
really?
Yeah, I could see him going to LA.
It's
It's interesting. I would love Jerome McGinley to come to the Rangers. I'll tell you that.
it
but that's
depends.
not
I
gonna
mean, what's his price tag going to be? You know?
happen. Well,
I mean, he's up there in age.
get on Cap Geek and let's see what
He's-
he's
Let's take
making.
a look.
He's 36, I think. All right, Cap Geek, I'm on there already.
Okay, so I'm not going to do it.
That's the joy of not having an iPad in front of me.
Yeah, nice.
But Chicago, I mean, that would be really interesting.
Chicago's an interesting one. Absolutely.
I mean, that's them, I guess, putting in. You know, okay, we're seriously all in for.
Well,
the
they're
season.
doing that only because they're unsure about Hossa because he's been banged up this year and Sharp has been banged up. You know, so that would be an interesting move for them. But who?
I think. out of
What do
those-
you have to give up to get Jerome McGinley?
I think out of those 4 teams, Boston would.
I think Boston makes the most sense.
Yes, I absolutely agree.
What the hell do you have to give up for this guy?
What were you asking me about
Well,
Cap Geek?
What's his cap room? What do you,
7. He's $7 million, and he's a free agent next year.
So this is a rental, possibly.
Yeah.
Absolutely a rental. Yeah, I mean, if he goes to Boston, I could see him resigning.
It's very possible.
I mean, you have the compliment of him, and you can roll him and Lucic. That's a lot of forecheck and a lot of power
Mhm.
because Gillen's a big boy. I mean,
And he's just a very good player for a
yes.
very long time.
Yeah.
I mean, he scored 50 twice at least.
Oh yeah.
I know he's got a Richard
Yeah.
trophy. I think with Lecavalier, I believe it was, or
Something-
Kovalchuk
I
or
think
something
you
like
may
that.
be right. Yeah, he's been
Yeah, I
very
mean,
good player.
He's a leader.
He's looking for the ring though.
Absolutely.
Isn't
was
everyone,
close.
Isn't
Yeah.
everyone?
Everyone's looking for it. He was
Yeah.
close, and they should have won it, but
He's having a down year though. Was he hurt?
I'm not really
He's
sure. How
only
many
played
games
24 games.
He might have missed a few then.
Yeah, I don't think they.
Yeah, he probably
there's
missed
no
like
reason to scratch him.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh no, you're not gonna scratch a captain.
Yeah, sure. Let's.
Yeah, I mean, he's coming off seasons of the
Hey,
last.
Tampa scratched LeCavalier once, so
this is true. They did do that.
that's why Guy Boucher got fired.
I mean, he's like a guaranteed lock for 30 goals.
Yeah.
Especially since he hasn't scored less than 30.
Well, Calgary's only played 29 games. So how many games has he played this year?
24, so he's been
So he's
out
missed
for 5
5.
games.
Okay.
But he's almost a guaranteed lock for 30 goals. He hasn't scored less than 30 since 29 in 2000. He scored 31, 52, 35, 41, 35, 39, 50, 35, 32, 43, 32, and 7 this year.
That's not bad.
His body of work speaks for itself.
What's his total amount of goals? He's almost at 500, huh? Where did he get it? I don't know.
It actually doesn't have his career total,
We
which
could
is
probably
weird.
we could probably check that.
He just got his 500, didn't he?
did. I'm not sure.
Last year, I thought he got it, didn't he?
He might have.
I mean, if the price is right, I mean, I don't know how you wouldn't.
It's a small. It's a small. I mean, it's not small cap hit, but you know. if
No,
you-
it's definitely a high cap hit, but I mean, I don't
for
understand.
what you're getting
This is
at.
actually my question is how the hell can the Penguins
524, yeah. It's 524. He's got.
524? Okay.
Yeah, that's yeah.
How the hell can the Penguins afford him?
I don't know. Because the league gives them more money.
Of course
That's
they
why.
No, I mean no. Okay, let me rephrase that. How
The
can
league
they
gives them
afford
more
the,
money. They
the
have
cap?
an unlimited cap,
The
so they
ca-
can be on NBC every day.
I mean, I know Alex kind of alluded to that in one of our first shows, but I mean, you got Crosby, you got Malkin, Letang.
how much
I'm-
cap room do they have?
I need. I'm going to it right now.
So if they can have Jerome McGinley, I'm done. I quit.
Yeah, right.
Like I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. Like I mean, I know teams. I mean, let's be honest here. 8.7 for Sidney Crosby is a deal. I'd pay 11 for him and be happy with that.
He's worth the money. Yes, he is.
Do they have like an overall cap?
Per team, or like The Penguins probably comes up
what's
like
the
third.
actual cap? 70?
This year,
Yeah.
I think it's like 70 points something. I think, yeah.
Apparently, they only have 64.3.
The Penguins?
Yeah.
That's a lie.
So let's
That's
see
definitely
what,
a lie.
There's
Uh,
no way.
You have Malkin and Crosby at
30 million each. So
8
That's
point,
it. That's
they're
your whole
almost
team.
there.
8.7. Which is funny that Crosby has 87. Which Matt, I don't know if you know. Do you know why he wears 87?
No.
He's a douche.
He was born August 7th, 87. So 87.
Only 1 year older than me.
Right? Like he's
1 year older than me.
he's a couple months younger than me, and he's doing everything I want to do in life.
Yeah, they all did something right. We
Yeah,
didn't.
right.
But here's their forwards. They have Balkan and Crosby 8.7, James Neal at 5. Did he just sign recently with them?
I think he did. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's got 6 years on his 6 year $5 million for James Neal.
The real deal.
James
Neal.
James Neal, the real deal. Chris Kunis at 3.7. Brendan Souther at 2.6. Oh, I'm sorry, just 2.066. Tyler Kennedy at 2. Matt Cook at 1.8. Pascal Dupuis 1.5. I think that's a little low for him, though.
Well, because he's having a ridiculous season this year. You know.
Do you think Chris Kunitz is having a ridiculous year because of playing with Crosby or because it's Chris Kunitz?
I think
He's got like 40 points already.
because he's playing with Crosby, because he's on that team. I think he's a product of this team. This
Yeah.
team is so good.
Yeah.
They're a well-oiled machine. Anybody you put there with those guys are going to put up points.
Everyone
if you
else.
put Chris Kunitz on, Florida,
Yeah.
he's having
He's
8
gonna have
points.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, there's no one. Yeah, there's no one to support.
So,
him.
Exactly.
That's,
then-
that's what everyone said last year about the Devils. Covey should be better than he is. Covey should be comparable to, I don't even know who they were comparing him
He's
to.
up there with Ovechkin in skill.
But
Yeah.
but they were saying last year, okay, so let's compare him to Ovechkin. No one can get him the puck like the people supporting Ovechkin can.
If
I think honestly, last year I would partially agree with them.
you know what helped Kovalchuk having another skill guy on his wing with Parise.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you get, I'm not knocking Travis Zajac. I'm not.
You're going
Get
to. You're
Ilya-
gonna knock him
I'm
because you're
about
giving
to.
the prelude. you
Yeah.
know?
Get Ilya Kovalchuk a playmaker like a Nicholas Backstrom.
Oh, yeah. That would
Kovalchuk
be,
will get back to 40 goals easily.
sure.
Yeah.
Because, get another guy who's a high-end guy, a guy who could drive play forward, kind of, just make teams worry about him. It'll give Covey the extra space,
Mhm.
and he'll not have to have the world on his shoulders, which is what I think is his problem this year.
Zajak's been playing pretty heads up lately.
Lately, yes, but I don't
Very-
want him off that line that he's on right now with Eliash and
Yeah, no.
Clarkson.
leave it be.
The line is fantastic.
Yeah. Heads up, assist machine,
But
he scores 0 goals
right, yeah.
the rest of the season.
But yeah, a lot of things, I think he's hit a crossbar or a post in 7 straight games.
Crossbar in the
Getting
post,
close.
Devils
Yeah,
ass.
he's close. But
That's fine.
Um,
Like I said, I don't care if he scores 0 goals for the rest of the season. If he keeps putting the puck on people's
Well,
heads,
I
like
mean,
he's been doing,
I care,
all right,
but
all right, I care, but I'm saying if he keeps putting the puck on other people's sticks,
Right.
like he's been doing,
right.
it doesn't matter how many goals he scores. 'Cause
But,
we're gonna score with.
Back to the Penguins. After Pascal Dupuis at 1.5, only Tanner Glass makes over $1 million.
Wow.
You have Chris's buddy Bo Bennett making
right, you know
the
what?
league minimum. And then their
I'm
defense,
sorry.
but their defense. Paul Martin makes 5. Brooks
Paul
Orpik
Martin
makes.
should not be making $5 million.
That's why he's not a Devil anymore.
Exactly.
Brooks Orpik makes 3.7, which is good for him, I believe. Chris Letang is at 3.5, but he's got this year and then next year, so he'll obviously go up to at least a 5 or 6.
God, I hope the cap goes down. God, I hope the cap goes down. So they
I
can
wouldn't mind it
get
because
some
the
of these
Devils have a lot of cap room next year because
They'll
they
be
have
okay.
half the team is free agent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Matt Niskanen at 2.3, and then after that you have all meh.
See, the Penguins have the ability to find these guys, I guess, sign them for cheap, and they turn into something good.
And they
It's
turn
like-
into gold,
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
No more.
I mean, obviously, if the Devils aren't going to win a cup, I kind of wouldn't mind them winning because they're not a direct rival. I know they're in my division, but
They're everybody's rival now, and
yeah,
stop it.
Well,
that might be why. I think because I'm one of the few people who actually can tolerate the Penguins and actually like the Penguins.
let's not talk about divisions because no one's division is going to be the same next year.
Well, no, the Penguins will still be in our
Right,
division,
yeah.
but it's we alluded that to last episode. It's just a whole clusterfuck of
Yeah. Of realignments.
of things that did not need to happen.
Yeah. But
So being with the trade deadline coming up
Yes.
in I believe 2 weeks, who needs a buyer? We'll do a little buy and sell here, and I guess we'll just Rangers buy or sell.
They're gonna buy. They're not selling. They're gonna buy. I think so.
Yes, because they're on the bubble.
Yeah. No, they're on the
But-
bubble, and I don't think. They're gonna sell.
But one of the sells is Marian Gaborik.
Yes, he is.
That's what I think. So I mean,
It's a tough sell.
so what do you
7.5
what are you
a year.
asking for Gaborik? Are you asking for NHL roster talent, or are you asking for prospects and picks?
If you're getting rid of that kind of money and that kind of player, you gotta have somebody who can step in the top 6. You
Right away.
have to.
Right away. Right.
You have to.
So
If they
if
think
Corey
about-
Perry was still on the market, or let's say a Bobby Ryan, if Bobby Ryan, straight up Bobby Ryan for Gaborik, does either team do it? If I'm Anaheim, I say no. Actually, no, I lie. If I'm Anaheim, I think about it.
I
If
would
I'm
think
Anaheim,
about
I
it.
say no.
I would think about it. I don't know if it's necessarily the right deal because they're two different players.
On Bleacher Report, I'm just gonna pull up some of these trade rumors, but
I think they're
Go
two
ahead.
different players. I mean,
yeah, I mean Ryan has some of the flash,
Yeah.
those dangles.
but Gaborik can have his flash too,
Oh, absolutely, but I
but he
think
disappears a lot.
yes.
That's the problem.
There was a stat before the season that actually MSG had done when they're doing like the team season previews.
How many games did Gaborik play where you didn't see him?
No. It was Gaborik scores 40, Gaborik scores 20. 40, 20. 40, 20
Well, the 20
in his
was,
career.
20 was because he was out a little bit. You know.
Last year was
Yeah.
no, last year he
No,
scored
the year-
41, right?
Last year he scored 41. Yeah.
Yeah. But
He's been productive as a Ranger.
yeah. I mean, and I'm of the mind that you can be well, not so much but productive, but you can matter if you're still not scoring.
Yeah.
But has he even done that?
No,
No.
that's the problem. It's like you could do a lot and not score and be noticed out there.
So my question is, do you want Gaborik gone?
Not yet.
Not yet?
I would say let him go after the contract is over.
You
After
don't want him
next year.
re-signed, even if let's say Marian Gaborik for
Speaking personally, I'll take him.
$5 million to $6 million.
Business wise, he's not going to be
Let's
back.
say his cap is. I mean, what's his cap hit now? Like 7.5? You said.
Yeah. If they got
Do
him
you
back
think
for $4 million,
Do you
I'll
think
take him back.
Do you think he goes down or do you think he goes up, or
He's-
stays the same?
Depends on who's looking to sign him.
Like what the market is?
Yeah, it depends on what the market is. If he comes back to the Rangers, it's got to be lower than 7.5.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's going to be the case. He's going to want kind of the same thing, and then it's going to be sayonara.
Yeah. I kind of agree with you on that.
I
one.
would keep him around this year only because you can get production out of this guy. You can.
What about Marian Gaborik for Yarmer Yager and let's say Derek Roy?
Oh, F. Derek Roy. I wanted
Or
Yager-
Brendan,
I
or
wanted
Yarmer,
Yager-
what about Yarmer Yager and Brendan Morrow?
Or just Yaromir Yager and undefined. Someone.
Yeah, someone undefined.
I'll trade other guys for Brendan Morrow. Not Gaborik, but I'll trade other guys for Brendan Morrow.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything I wouldn't want Brendan Morrow.
No, he's a good
He's
player.
kind of like a watered down Brad Richards.
Thanks.
Why,
Brad Richards is already watered down.
No, I would take Richards.
He's untradeable.
Yeah. I mean, he has like 10 years left or something on his deal.
21 actually.
21 years left.
21 years
Okay.
left at like $8 million a year. So
Oh, here we go. I'm on the mynhltraderumors.com.
this is going to be Bobby Bonilla territory with the Rangers and Brad Richards.
Yeah, buyout and still paying.
Yes, paying
Yeah.
him for like 30 years.
Going to the Devils, I don't think they're gonna make any. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make
They're-
any moves. But
they're
with
gonna make a
Kovalchuk
s-
going down, they might make that
They'll
small
make a
Alex,
small move.
that
I agree.
small Alex Ponikarovsky move. That's gonna be like smart move.
Which is what? Yeah. Right. One of the
It's
smartest.
gonna be
moves.
a smart. Yeah, it's gonna
One
be
of
a
the
smart move.
smartest
That's like,
moves,
thank
less-
you, Lou.
Yeah, like less talked about moves.
I won't get my Stastny trade for Tillinder and Fane. I don't. I've
Not
lost,
gonna
that
happen.
ship has sailed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I was trying to think of like comparable players. Maybe like a Derek Roy. Maybe like a.
Hey, Dallas is number 8 right now. So I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
if they're necessarily going to be sellers.
What about like a Pavelski in
They're not.
San Jose?
They're not trading him.
Because I know he was kind of linked a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't think
Um,
he's going to go anywhere because San Jose is going to automatically think they have a chance no matter what.
Right, I agree, and they do. I think
They're ninth right now.
They're ninth right now.
Yeah.
1
point out
I mean, they need
with a
to-
game in hand.
I'm trying to think what other team would be a seller. I mean, is Buffalo a seller? I mean, they've made a lot of headway in the standings.
I think they're going to end up being a seller.
seller.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to sustain their.
So that
their
means
play.
does that mean Thomas Vanek's available?
No.
No.
I don't think. He's
Ryan Miller's available.
Miller's interesting. You know who else could be available? Kiprasov.
Yeah, I just read that.
That's
Kiprasov, Bomeister, and again, are all on the market.
Nobody wants Jay Bomeister. That's forget that.
See,
I
I would
don't
take
think
him, but he's like a 6.6 hit.
He got a lot of money,
Yeah.
Bowmeister.
Um,
I think Kiprasov is interesting. You know where I could see him going?
Where?
Winnipeg.
I was just gonna say that. I knew you. First of all, I knew you were gonna say that, and I was like, he's gonna say Winnipeg, and that kind of makes sense. But why would you? Isn't Pavic playing pretty decently?
Yeah, but
And he's young, isn't he? Around like
Pavlik
29,
is young.
28.
But if they're serious and they don't necessarily think Pavlik can take him the rest of the way this year, I think
Kiprasov's
Kiprasov's a viable
a good
option.
get. He's
Viable option.
36, so I
Yeah.
mean, he's still got a couple
But
years.
for a rental,
Oh, absolutely.
why
Especially
not?
in a year when they're gonna win the Southeast Division, which I still laugh when I say Winnipeg and Southeast.
Number 3.
But no, and they're up right a little bit, aren't they? I know Washington's kind of coming back. I know Carolina's in there
Winnipeg's up by 2 points.
on Carolina,
Carolina, yes.
and then I guess it's Washington,
Then Washington's got 29.
which I mean,
Tampa 27. And
It seems like-
Washington only has 29.
3
man.
points.
I never thought you.
well, their start was terrible, but lately
Yeah.
Ovechkin's turned it on.
Ovechkin is really.
He's got like 15 goals already, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been
He's
been better.
He's back to
Good.
his old
I
self.
mean,
His
that's
sharpshooter,
good. That's good.
Shoot from the slot, shoot from the point, shoot from anywhere.
Mhm.
Score a goal over the shoulder through the 5-hole. I mean,
Yeah. He's getting back to what he was able
what's
to do
it's
years past.
Exactly what they need right now.
Apparently, Mark Streit is on the block.
Mark Streit would be a nice pickup for anybody.
Islanders.
Oh,
I'm just going through like just going team by team.
I could tell you where Mark Streit is not getting traded to. The Rangers.
Yeah, and he's
Or
not
the
coming-
Devils.
He's not coming to New Jersey either. So I don't
He's
know.
not going within the division, I don't think.
There's no one in Boston or anything that's off because I think Boston's a buyer.
Yeah.
I think Boston's up. If they don't get a Gillen, they're gonna dip into Brendan Morrow see if he's available.
You know,
I think Buffalo's absolutely selling. You were gonna say something?
I was just going to say, like, just for kicks, I know they're not on Iginla's list. I would love for Toronto to make a push for Iginla.
Keep him in Canada.
Keep him in Canada. That would just be fantastic, I think. Because Toronto thinks they're for real this year. They are number 5, which is scary.
An interesting name, just kind of. I just looked at an interesting name, Thomas Fleischman. I wouldn't mind him in New Jersey at all. If I can't,
Isn't
if
he
I-
injury prone?
if- Yes, but not terribly.
No.
It's not no. I know he scored 20 goals once in like 28 games
He did it with, yeah.
I
Was
know
that
he has-
With the Caps or with the Panthers?
with the Caps
Okay.
after being hurt, or he had like some blood thing happen to him, like a blood clot or
That's
something.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's talk about him maybe retiring, but get this: Flyers and Jay Bouwmeester.
Because that makes sense for the
That
Flyers in
makes sense.
13th
That makes
place.
sense for everybody. Yeah.
I was saying this to a
J
friend-
Bo.
I was saying this to a friend of mine. I want the Flyers to go after Joel McGinley and not sign him because they're mortgaging for the future and they're not making the playoffs this year. So
I just want them
Please.
to trade every good piece they have and be bad for 30 years. That's
Yeah.
what I want.
F Philly.
Tired of them.
Well, at least we could all agree on that.
There we go.
Apparently, apparently everyone on Tampa Bay is available except for obviously Stamkos and Victor Hedman.
Right.
So that means Martin St. Louis, who I think is their good chip of trading. I don't think there's a single team who does not want Martin St. Louis.
That'd be a guy. That'd be a nice rental.
Yeah, I would
I'll take it.
absolutely love him in on my team. And then and then you have Gabrick.
Yeah, it's still just the money.
Yeah.
Is tough to trade.
Yeah,
Although he seems to be coming up a lot, so we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Mike Ribeiro and Jason Palmerville come up a lot. I think Palmerville is. Does Buffalo trade their captain?
Teams have done it before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I mean, you saw didn't the Caps trade Chris Clark at the deadline once
That's
when he
true.
was a captain,
Yes.
and then give it to Ovi.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mike Rivera, I don't know why he would get traded. They just traded for him,
yeah.
or they
he's-
just signed him or something.
no, they traded for
Traded
him.
for him, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean,
Thank
I honestly I don't think any huge name gets moved.
No, it's gonna
Maybe
be
in the
tough deadline.
Ginla.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the shortened season, right? So I don't think you make
Yeah,
a
I
big
mean, I think
move.
it absolutely
I don't
has to
think
do it.
you can determine someone's not playing up to their standard. It's a short season, it's short. So that's why I think I'm surprised to see a lot of these coaches going mid-season or
Yeah,
whatever you want to
it's-
call this thing.
It's
know-
it's almost like a season where you just got to keep everything status quo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with the trades because
That's
so
a
many teams
Lou
are on the
Lamoriello
bubble,
reference.
You know?
Yeah, figure out your line.
Status quo.
Figure out where
We are
everyone
status quo
belongs.
today.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, we're gonna hear Ilya Kovalchuk is status quo for the next 2 to 4 weeks.
Just like how we heard with Brodeur for the last 2
Yeah.
weeks.
Yeah.
Day to day, bullshit. Day to day.
Yeah. That's all right.
I was looking at the standings. It's kind of weird because you have the Devils in 7th and the goal differential's -6.
Yeah,
The
The
way
the Lightning are +6 and they're in what 14.
14.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty. It's
It's
pretty
weird.
crazy. To
I
see.
mean, I don't know, man. The standings are crazy. And the Blackhawks are plus 36. It's like, okay.
Well, I mean,
Anaheim's got to be up there too. If they win this week, they're going off on they swept the Blackhawks.
Mhm.
So
Ducks are tough.
So the NHL
Quack, quack, quack.
quack Mr. Goalie.
The goalie!
The goalie. We did the exact same thing last week.
I don't care. I'll do it all the
Yeah,
time.
that's fine. We need more Mighty Ducks references.
Gunnar, you lost it for me. You lost it for
For
yourself. Let's go shake their hands.
Go shake their hand. Good job, Captain Duck.
Oh, I love it.
This week at the GM meetings, the league proposed. I don't know if they proposed and accepted the hybrid icing for next year.
Yeah.
Did they actually?
I don't even know if anything was set in stone.
I don't think anything.
Is it
was,
still, like, up
I
for
think
vote
it
or
was-
something?
Yeah, I don't think anything was changed because I know they brought up some other stuff.
Another thing
all
was
for it.
Another thing was mandatory visors. A coach's challenge, which is weird. We'll get to all these in a sec, and then the overtime format. We'll go to the. You had wanted to stop me.
Oh, I think with the visor thing.
Visors.
Make it mandatory for people coming into the league at a certain point.
That's
And then
what I
after you're like
That's it.
21, maybe you got the choice, something like that.
I mean, if you are in the league before this thing is put in, you don't have to wear the visor.
That's what I was talking about with my friend this morning. I think you should be, if you're in the league now, it's your choice. You know,
Yeah.
you wear the visor.
yeah,
If you're stupid, and my opinion is at least wear a visor, not a full shield, but
Wear the visor.
I'm of the
Where-
mind where I want everyone on my team to wear a visor.
I would love it. Absolutely.
but make it optional.
They did it with the helmets.
Yeah,
In the 90s, Craig McTavish was the only one not wearing a
Yeah.
helmet because he was in there in the league
yeah.
before
Before
the
the mandatory.
mandatory thing. It's-
So no, I think maybe up until maybe like 21, it's mandatory, and then after that you have the chance.
Yeah.
But I don't think it should be mandatory. It should be up to the player.
Yeah, just
I think players should be smart enough to
Mhm.
Right.
see that.
Right.
I
You
agree.
know, and I understand, from their point of view, it affects the game. It's hard for them to see. It fogs up.
you get
et
hit with a
cetera,
puck,
et
it'll be
cetera.
very hard for you to see.
Right, exactly. So, but I mean, I'm in the opinion that everyone should wear one. It's dangerous. I mean, you don't want to lose an eye, but there's the purists that say I don't want to wear it. I don't care if I get shot in the face. I get shot in the face.
Yep.
But yeah, I agree. I want everyone on my team at least to be, sporting the visor.
I agree with you. Before we continue, I'm just reading on Twitter here. Ponikarovsky's on IR now.
Oh,
Retroactive.
Well, it's
to
probably
the 19th.
retroactive. Yeah.
Retroactive to the 19th.
It's so they can bring up someone.
Yeah,
Interesting.
just,
But
just
okay.
letting you know.
Yeah,
that's
that doesn't really. That's all right.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Thank you, Katie Strang from
Katie
Newsday
Strang.
or
All right.
ESPN,
ESPN.
formerly of Newsday, now on ESPN.
Thanks, Katie.
So and then with the hybrid icing, I kind of think they should go with it.
I don't think it makes a
If-
difference.
I mean, how often does the friggin' race for a puck really lead to a goal? On the other hand,
No. But if you have a race it should be a judging thing. It's like if you see a race for a puck, you don't have to
Well,
necessarily have the hybrid
I think
icing.
they're doing.
You don't have to call it dead.
I think they're using the red line as like, okay, well, if there's a close enough race, so be it, go for it.
Yes.
And then I don't know if it's gonna call off the icing if there's a race.
Well, this is what I was reading. So they're saying that this is sporting news. They're saying a rule tweak that would change icing decisions from a race to the puck into a race to the face-off dots, with officials either whistling the play dead or allowing it to continue. So it's a ref decision. If he
Yes,
thinks
right.
it's too close to call, let them race to the puck.
So if he calls off, so if he lets the race continue, there could still be an icing though.
I'm assuming
Okay.
you
Yes.
still have
Okay.
a normal icing play.
Yes.
Right?
Okay.
Because
I would say
because
so.
then
Then
the ref
it,
could
it goes
just-
back to what it is now.
Yeah.
Right, and I think that's where the hybrid comes from.
Yeah.
The ref can allow it to, be a race to the puck if he thinks it's too close to
Mm-hmm.
call the dots. And, because, I mean, that wouldn't make any sense to just, that would be eliminating icing pretty much if the ref says, I don't want to let them play.
And that eliminates team strong point. Like for instance, Hagelin on the Rangers.
Yeah.
How many times did the Rangers dump the puck down
Let him
there
go get it.
and he goes and chases it and
Yep.
beats the guy down there?
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't want to eliminate that completely.
Right. And
And I think they have to snip this in the butt right away. There has to be a definitive stance on this. There can't be,
Oh, there won't
this
be.
referee. I know. This referee calls an icing when it's the exact same play isn't an icing for the other one, and they have to.
Well, I think it's going to be, if the refs. Well, I don't want to say the refs always have the best point of view because we've seen that through this year that there's just missed calls all the time. But if there's a ref following the puck and chasing the play, then he'll make the right call whether it's too close to call. But I think let's attribute this to another player safety thing.
Mhm.
Where two guys are chasing the puck and one of the, the player on the offense thinks he beat him there and gets the icing and he doesn't. Ref doesn't call it and he goes into the boards and hurts himself, breaks his leg,
Exactly.
goes into the boards.
Yeah, like ask
It's
Curtis
tough.
Foster to have
So,
it broke
yeah,
his entire.
I think an underlying statement to this hybrid icing is another player safety thing, which is
Yeah.
fine by me.
No, absolutely. me
I
too.
don't. I think.
It's
I
gotta
think
be
that- I
clear-cut.
don't think this is going to be.
Yeah,
turning
it
into
can't
the-
be like it can't be in a gray areas.
Yeah.
It has to be black and white.
I do. I like this players. I don't want to see the players getting hurt.
Yeah. Minimize injuries as best you can.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The coaches challenge I think is stupid. I don't understand. Another reason for them to become football. I don't even know what would they even challenge?
I think they were talking about last night challenging either
A missed penalty or something?
penalty,
Oh.
But
But
that's the thing. That stops the.
You
stops
can't.
the,
Yeah,
it
that's-
stops the
that's-
momentum of the game. Right. So first of all, we don't need a challenge on goals. Right. If the referee thinks there's anything,
They review it.
Everything's reviewed anyway.
Yeah.
We saw a month ago, right? Who was it on the Devils that shot?
Kovalchuk hits a
hits the
crossbar.
crossbar. They
Play
call it
continued for
no
like
goal
5
on
more
the ice.
minutes, and then
Everyone at Prudential Center got up. The goal horn went off. The goal song started to play. The ref said no goal. They continued to play. They went up and they said, let's look at this again because it was close.
right, and then they got it right.
They got it right. They put 5 minutes back on the clock, and I don't think there needs to be a challenge for that. The refs are doing a really good job of saying, that was close. Let's look at it again.
Yeah. I don't like the.
I don't-
I don't think so either.
I don't think because football, right? You have stoppages of play anyway.
There-
So the coach has to challenge it in that. There's no,
Mm-hmm.
all right. So maybe if we say we're going to challenge something and you only have a certain amount of time to challenge it between whistles, etc. But I think it slows down play way too much.
There's
I
not
agree.
much stuff in hockey to challenge,
right.
though.
You
Yeah.
can't. There's no spot of the.
Are you
puck
really gonna
challenge.
challenge an offsides? Like really?
No, you can't.
And
they're
there's,
they're trying to be more like football. and
Yes,
I don't like
I agree.
it.
Yeah,
There
I don't either.
already is quote unquote challenging for right. So a puck that gets deflected into the boards, right? The ref may call. I mean, into the stands. The ref may call for a face-off in one team zone,
Mhm.
but players and coaches will make their point to the ref, and I've seen it change.
Then the refs
Yeah.
huddle.
The
Yeah.
refs
Yeah,
get
that
together.
will-
and
There's
they'll say-
unofficial
yeah.
challenging.
Yeah,
already.
yeah, yeah.
So it's not an official challenge, but I mean, I think the refs have been doing a pretty good job this year of saying, let's make sure we get all these calls right.
Yeah.
Right.
And speaking of the puck at the crowd thing, I think it's time to where we can make that a ref's decision,
What's
like
that?
a judgment call, like delay a game.
Mm-hmm.
Because
not-
you can tell when a player's not really trying to do it.
Right. I don't
You
think
know?
any player's really trying to do it anymore.
No, not anymore.
No,
So you
I
can.
actually happen to like the rule.
and when
I
when
like
it's
the
done
rule
on
too, but I
purpose-
think you can tweak it a little bit.
and when it's done on purpose, it's done on
Exactly.
purpose.
You know
It's- Yeah.
But like I said, I don't think anyone does it on purpose.
And
anymore, 'cause
everyone-
you're gonna get the
everyone-
penalty.
Yeah.
Everyone on the team that's against knows it happened. They all take their sticks, they point to the sky, and everyone knows it was done on purpose.
Yeah. So I think they could look to tweak that a little bit or something.
Yeah.
And then the last one they kind of talked about was the overtime format.
Yeah,
Then you're trying to get rid of the shootout.
Please
I
get rid of the shootout.
As long as fans
Really?
love it,
really?
they're gonna keep it.
They're gonna
Right.
keep it.
Yeah, why don't you like? I love the shootout. I think, I personally, I mean, I understand it's not a better, at least everyone gets a point. Everyone's gonna get a point if you go to overtime anyway. But I like the shootout. I think
Too many
it's-
teams just play for the
Yeah,
shootout.
that's another thing that I think they should change. I've kind of adapted that. I kind of want the 3-point system now.
I
Okay.
would be okay with that.
3 points for a win,
Yeah.
2 points for a win after regulation, and then the other team gets the point. But the new overtime format I think would be 4-on-4 and then 3-on-3.
That's what they were talking about last night after the Devils game.
But then what's gonna happen if they don't go after that?
That's
2-on-2
too much.
and then
Too much,
1-on-1.
too much. Yeah, like-
and then just the goalies versus each other.
I say 4-on-4 and go back to ties. I'm at the point where I bring the ties
No,
back.
I
really do.
I
I
can't
don't-
stand
I-
ties. No ties.
I don't like the
I'm not
tie.
Stephen A. Smith. I don't want ties.
I like.
Why
the
not, man?
I
We got to has ties in here.
Hockey has ties.
Yeah, they got ties. That's why the Hawks are so good, man. Shit.
Stephen A.
I like the shootout.
I don't mind the shootout when the
It's
Devils.
but
are
you know what? Like they were saying last night, diehard hockey fans can have their opinion on the shootout, but it's a fan favorite.
It is a fan
People
favorite. I'll give you that.
love the shootout. It's 1-on-1 player versus goalie. It's hockey.
right, and as long as the fans like it, it's
It's
not going anywhere.
away.
And you know what? As long as the shootout's intact, I'm sorry, goalie records should not be diminished.
No.
Because people try to diminish Brodor's win record because some of them were in shootout victories.
It's part of the game. He doesn't have an advantage.
It becomes harder for the goalie.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
It's harder to get that win now.
It probably pisses people off that he's also good in the shootout,
Yeah.
like many other things.
So if you're going to keep the shootout around, don't diminish any
Right, I
records.
agree.
that
Like,
happen.
don't put our
Don't
actions.
diminish it. No.
And I'm just saying this: if the Devils do by chance win the Stanley Cup this year, it's not diminished. It's not watered down because they've won 2 cups in the lockout year.
No.
They didn't have an unfair advantage.
No.
There's no advantage at all. Whoever
Still
wins this year
Stanley
wins
Cup.
it legitimately, and I congratulate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if the Rangers somehow win the
Fuck
Stanley
you.
Cup this year, I don't want any Devil fans saying, "Oh, it was a shortened season."
No,
Come
right.
back
No,
at you. You
I mean-
won in a fucking shortened season.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
So
yeah.
eat shit and die.
Yep,
Right,
absolutely.
So nobody can. A shortened season, it's still a season.
Yeah, absolutely. There's
But
no
I do think
advantage.
I do think if the shootout stays, they will define a more concrete set of rules about what can and cannot be done.
Oh, like the
The
spinораmas.
spinorama's got to go.
The spinorama, the stick on top of the puck,
Gotta
dragging
go.
down the ice. You know, they're gonna define a clear set of.
That was ridiculous. Did you see that?
Yeah, it was
all-
stupid.
That was
Yeah.
awesome. I mean,
I
it
mean,
was
it was-
cool. Cool
I think it
factor
was
there.
cool. I think it was cool, but
But it was on-
But
yeah.
in an all-star game, it's fine.
Right.
Breakaway
absolutely.
competition.
Oh no! See,
That's all for show.
I think it's funny in the.
Um,
What I want to see is someone do the spinorama on a breakaway. Have the balls to do it on a breakaway.
well, you know,
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
but yeah, I think you're gonna see a more clear cut set of rules about
Yeah.
like because
Yeah.
so they have if they're gonna keep it, they need to make sure it's fixed.
Yep, I agree. And every show we like to go with something that's gonna be fun to talk about. Not that this isn't fun, but maybe that will draw in a wider range of people. Chris threw up the idea of talking about a
I didn't
favorite.
actually throw it up. I set it out
Text
there
it.
for you.
Yeah.
Because if I don't want to throw up.
No, like throw it like a layup.
Oh, okay.
A layup.
Like an alley oop.
Another basketball reference.
You,
love
you,
it.
you Jason Kidd me.
That's
did?
how- yeah.
I guess I
I
don't
should
know.
wear my Jason Kidd jersey next time.
Do you have a Jason Kidd jersey?
Yeah, it was back in the phase where I just started liking the Nets for a year or two. Yeah.
Oh,
I still hate the NBA.
But he said favorite experience at a hockey game or favorite hockey game or just anything like that. Your topic. Go ahead. Start it.
Sure.
What's your favorite?
Believe it or not, there was one game that I went to probably like 95 or 96. It was Devils Sabres at the Continental Airlines Arena.
Mhm.
Brodeur versus Hasek.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You had
Ended
that
in
game.
a tie.
You had
Yes.
that game.
Yes.
Awesome.
I love
Awesome.
that. That was fun.
You know what they did with the puck after that game?
No.
They cut it in half so both of them could have
That's pretty good.
Because Brodeur saves every.
Because a game like that, nobody should get more points than the other. It should end in a tie.
Yeah.
That was the Rob May. Rob May. What's his name?
Brad
Brad May days.
Brad
of,
May and Rob Ray.
Yeah. The Brad May days of Buffalo. Holy crap, I can't talk. But there was Miroslav Tanz on that team.
He might have been. Might have been.
I think it was it. The probably like Pat LaFontaine.
I think it might have been one of the first years of Buffalo's New Jerseys or something like that.
Those the red, white, and black ones.
Yeah, those were.
I kind of like those.
Yeah, no, they were. Just as I got used to them, they brought out
They
the
brought-
slug.
Yeah. Go
But
figure.
yeah, no, there was one. It was 2007 playoffs. Rangers Thrashers. They won 7-0 in a playoff game. They scored like 30 seconds in. Michael Nylander scored. He had 2 goals that game. I think Marek Malik scored a goal. It
Between
was
the
just like
legs
surreal. It wasn't between the legs
Nah,
like
no,
that, but it was just surreal. Like those kinds of games are just crazy.
Yeah. Matt, do you have one?
I don't know if I could think of one off the top of my head, and as much as it pains me to talk about, we'll talk about Henrique's goal from last year. It's one of those things where even though I wasn't there, you can just listen to the audio. I don't even have to be in the room when that commercial comes on, but you just listen to the audio and you know exactly what it is over and over again. And
Oh yeah, you do.
yeah.
It's the Devil's answer to the Stefan
is.
Moto.
Yeah, it is.
It
It
is.
is the devil's
So,
answer. You're right.
It's Doc Emmerich saying it's over.
Yeah.
You know.
It's it's just it's something that's recent and
Right.
incredible. Even though we got clobbered, we'll put it nicely in the finals. But it's something where
I'm of the mind they didn't.
Well,
I don't
know,
wanna- I don't
know,
wanna-
But he was a kid trying to make a name for himself, and
Definitely made one.
he is a household name. If you
2
have,
series winning goals. I
Yeah.
think he made a name.
He's
for himself.
he's earned a drink in the state of New Jersey from everyone. You know?
That's true.
absolutely.
Except
Yeah.
for me, I don't want
He
to.
never has to buy a drink ever again.
Oh,
he's
you're,
fine. If
you're
it-
Adam Henrique. All right.
Yeah.
Here's-
If I hang out with him, he's buying all kinds of drinks. Screw you.
So I guess mine's an obvious one to me. I was at Game 1 of the 2003 Stanley Cup Finals, and just the atmosphere was just awesome.
Mhm.
I sat by myself because we
Nice.
bought tickets off a scalper. We got 3 tickets: my sister, my mom's boyfriend, and me. So he was like, before we got into a fight with the guy, I was like, you know what? I'll sit by myself. So this is back in my days when I was very vocal at games. I used to like just curse out all the things I
still
wanted
am
to say.
vocal.
Nice.
So just to hear Bob Marcina say you're live in front of the world
Mhm.
was just like awesome.
Yeah.
Devils winning 3-0 helped too.
Yeah.
And So like within the last like 5 minutes, I went back to where they were sitting. They were sitting where the Devils shoot twice, where the Ducks scratches were,
Hmm.
and they would just sit up top all the way at the end. So I knew this, so I sat down and I just started saying stuff, like just the thing you said, like we want the cup and Jaguar sucks and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But to me, that's my favorite hockey moment.
Well,
That's a good one.
The finals,
Yeah, I
go
can't
wrong with
compare
that.
it to anything,
That's- It's pretty crazy.
I mean, I was at a couple of games this year in the playoffs. Like I was at the entire Florida series. I was there for the Zajac goal.
Hmm.
I was there for the Ponikarovsky goal.
Hmm.
But yeah, there's nothing compares to the Stanley Cup, especially
No,
because they
you
won
can't-
that year.
Yeah,
Nothing beats
Yeah.
nothing beats that.
Stuff like that sits with you for
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's a
think I
long
saw
time.
my ticket stub somewhere.
nice.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing.
All right, it's that time of week
Oh no.
where we do our picks. And last week we had our first guest, my fiance Catherine. She wound up winning. So
course she
yeah,
did.
good job for you.
Bravo.
Good job, Katie. She had 4 picks, right? And you, me, and Alex all had 3, because Alex did send me his picks.
Nice.
We all had 3.
Mhm.
So, as of today, Chris is still in lead with 14 picks,
It's
right?
not gonna last, I'm sure.
Alex has 13,
I'm gonna start off losing with my picks this week.
and I have 11, and our guest has 4.
Nice.
So, Matt, you
She's a
will
higher
have picks this
percentage.
week if
She's
you would
good,
like. Completely up to you.
I'll just do them on the fly. I'll just pick
All right.
after you guys. I'll pick at the end, and I'll see how I feel about these games. I'll just read off your sheet of paper.
All right. So we do Saturday to Sunday now.
No, we
Oh,
did.
I'm sorry.
Sunday
Yeah,
to
we do
Saturday.
Sunday through Saturday now.
Let's pick
and-
yesterday's games. Oh wait, hold on.
Hold on. So tonight I am picking Winnipeg over Tampa Bay.
Gotcha. I'm gonna take those jackasses who play in New York against those other jackasses who play in Washington.
There's a lot of jackasses in New York.
Rangers.
Going Rangers.
Yes.
Rangers over the
Unfortunately, I don't know
Caps.
why.
Well, we'll see if Ovechkin.
You're taking the Rangers. Or you're taking
I'm gonna
the
take the Rangers.
We'll see if
I don't know why.
Ovechkin
I must be
can-
high.
Well, if Ovechkin, it's Ovechkin's choice. If he has a game where he decides he wants to score everywhere from every point on the ice,
Yeah.
then it's gonna be the Caps game. If not, then the Rangers should have that one.
If Dan Girardi and McDonough don't do enough to suffocate Ovechkin, Rangers are in for a long night.
Yeah, right.
Matt, do you have yours up yet?
No, who I'm picking for that game? Do you want me to pick for that game?
You pick.
Just get on the website.
Yeah. Hold on. I have the schedule up here. I'll get the schedule up here. But we'll come back to you.
All right, yeah, I'll do that.
Monday, I'm taking Anaheim over my Stanley Cup pick of the Sharks.
Nice. I'll
I
take.
don't know why I do that so much.
I've done that too. I did it twice. I think. Feels like they've played like 30
Always-
times already.
I always take my teams against my Stanley Cup pick.
Oh, well, you can't win the Stanley Cup in one
Right.
game, man. So
right.
It's okay.
No, I know. It's just like
It's okay. You can pick
it's my
against.
problem, dude.
What-
There you go, man. I have the schedule.
Yeah,
up
but
for
if
you.
you-
Yeah, all right. So what are we doing? One from each.
Oh yeah,
one
do,
from each day.
do
Is that how we're doing it?
today. Yeah, Sunday the 24th.
All right, so it's Sunday. Let's see. I'm gonna have to take Pittsburgh over Philly.
That's today.
Yeah,
Sunday
today.
night-
Tonight? Okay.
It's tonight's game. I'm gonna take
Pittsburgh over Philly. Okay.
taking Pittsburgh over Philly.
And then Monday, who do you have?
And I'm only doing it because I'm a homer. I'm gonna have to watch the Devils beat up on Ottawa.
okay.
I'm gonna have to watch it, and
And then-
I hope it comes true.
Yeah, me too. Chris, what do you got?
Monday, Red Wings over the Coyotes.
Okay. Tuesday, I'm taking St. Louis over Edmonton.
Tuesday, I'm gonna take St. Louis over Edmonton as well. Actually, that's who I was looking at. So it's gonna be a good game.
Tuesday, I will take the Habs over the Penguins.
It's Habitants
Just
of
because.
Montreal.
Les Super Canadiens de Montréal.
Why do they say super Canadians?
There's a song.
Oh, is there?
There's a song where pretty much the guy's singing and it's like Guy Lafleur Robinson. Cornwall, blah, 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 blah. It's all the Canadians players. It's hysterical.
That's fantastic.
Oh,
So-
it's great.
it says something like "Meet the Mets, meet the Mets."
It's essentially that, but in French with all the Canadians players of years past.
That's awesome.
Except, like Brian Engblom, he's not on there, and
It took me a couple weeks.
Pacioretty's not on there.
It took me a couple weeks, but Wednesday I'm taking Minnesota over Phoenix.
Nice.
Finally taking my boy Zach Parise.
Yay. Minnesota's impressing this year. They're
they
doing
have.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's happy to be home.
Fucking fortunately.
Wednesday, I'm gonna take Boston over Montreal.
Boston. Okay.
Boston over Montreal. Yeah.
Wednesday, I will take the Ducks against the Sharks.
They play twice this week together?
They play like 92 times this year.
Yeah.
Thursday, Toronto over Carolina. I'll jump on the Toronto bandwagon for a day.
Nice.
Thursday, I'm going to do Los Angeles over St. Louis. Yeah.
Yeah?
let's-
Okay, all right.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, sure.
Why not?
Well, I'm picking the game of the week Thursday night, if you can guess what it is.
What is this, Thursday night?
Yes, the game of the week. I'm going to be on.
Who's Columbus?
You're on the right track.
Who's
Blue Jackets, Oilers, baby.
Blue
I'll
Jackets
be on
Oilers?
Game Center Live watching the Blue Jackets beat the Oilers
So you're taking Blue Jackets again?
with a goal from Artie Anisimov, who scored
Every
last
week
night.
you say that. I feel like he hasn't scored since we've.
No, he's got like 10 goals this year.
Does he? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, Dubinsky's dead, but Anisimov got goals.
You know what's funny? On Friday, I'm taking Columbus over Calgary.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's my
Wow.
first Columbus pick, I think, for the year.
We're riding the Blue Jackets pretty
Yeah,
hard.
there we go.
Friday, I'm going to take the Wild over Dallas.
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
Christopher?
Friday, I'm taking the Ducks again, this time to beat the Blackhawks.
You and your damn
Ooh.
Ducks.
I don't know why.
Yeah, but
That would be
they're
awesome.
up.
Been great.
Yeah,
That would be
yeah.
number 3, right? They would.
No, that'd be their fourth one?
Over
Something
the
like that. They've
Blackhawks?
beaten the Blackhawks at least twice this year.
Yeah, so
right.
yeah,
This
maybe
would be
the
number
third
three,
one.
yeah.
But it would be a season sweep.
They've been good.
Yeah.
And talk about it, and if anyone would have thought that the Blackhawks would have been swept by any team.
Yeah,
You
seriously.
know, the Ducks could actually pass the Blackhawks
They're
because
only like
they're
4 points out or 5
3
points out.
points, I
3
think.
points out?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me check.
And while you look for that, Saturday I'm taking the Habs over the Rangers.
It's 3 points. Sorry.
3 points, okay.
Yes.
So yeah, Montreal over the Rangers. Matt, who you got?
Saturday, I am going to take.
I should have took that one. Damn it. That's a lock.
Montreal over the Rangers.
It's in Montreal. It's a
yeah.
lock.
Yep.
That's 7-0 Canadians.
I'm gonna go with you as well.
Montreal.
Yeah. It's gonna be a good game, but
Shit, I'm changing my pick. I'm taking the Canadians too.
Are you really?
Yes.
let's see.
Montreal across the
Let's
board.
see if we can sweep on Saturday.
Yeah, Montreal.
I forgot they were in Montreal. I thought it's a guaranteed loss. It's a house of horrors, man.
Yeah. And that's it. Or are we going to Sunday? Or we do start
No,
next Sunday next
Sundays will
week?
be next week.
All right. Well, let's see.
Yes,
Oh,
we said you
it
won.
was-
Yes,
it
Katie,
was
we said
said-
you
I
won.
gave you a clap too and everything.
Yeah, we gave you a clap.
We were clapping.
Yep,
Yes.
we clapped. Yes. Yep, Katie won last week. But I think that's when to end it this week. Matt, thank you so much for
Thank you, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
joining
So, what you're going to do is if you're listening to this, you're going to go to passpassshoot.com/5. You're going to find all the links we talked about and the audio for this podcast. It'll be easy to find for you. passpassshoot.com/5. Just the number.
the debut of the website. I love it. Follow us on Twitter at PassPassShoot. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/PassPassShoot.
Yeah.
And just the website.
Yeah, and this, and we can do that now. That's awesome.
So next week there's a live chat button on top. You could chat with us live if you want
yep.
as we're talking.
Whoa.
Well, big things happening now.
Fancy.
Be all fancy.
All right. Oh, we didn't allude to the jerseys you were wearing this week. Chris, what do you got on?
I'm wearing a jersey from the German Elite League, the Frankfurt Lions. It's yellow and blue and just
and, yeah.
awesome.
And I have my Adam Henrique jersey on. Celebrating.
Lame. Go
Celebrating.
outside the country, man.
What?
Go outside,
Go
the,
outside the
country
country?
with your jersey.
I don't know any like isn't like HV71 a team in
They're in Sweden, yeah.
Yeah.
Junko
Moto. I don't.
Moto. I got Moto as well.
Do you?
Oh yeah.
Didn't Yager play for them?
No.
No, I don't.
I don't think so. Marcus Naslin played for Moto
Oh,
and the Sedines.
whatever. All right.
You know, I'm trying to enlighten you.
To the international. things
Yeah,
that
with
happen.
international
I know.
useless hockey.
All right. We will see you guys next week. Thank you guys for stopping by.
Peace.
See you later.